Um, so okay, I am in another state of not being able to focus that well today. It started out fine, and it's just sort of digressed from there. Yes. So I've been kind of cleaning while listening to music, and in like an hour my daughters have a dentist appointment, orthodontist, so I gotta go and get them. But I had a bunch of stuff I wanted to do before then, and it hasn't got done. Some of it did, cleaning. But I wanted to get some like actual work done, which did not happen. And I was just sitting eating because I was like dying of hunger. And one of the things I was thinking about was work. Work meaning like me teaching, because that's my job that I have now. And like I try not to prepare just like a day before, because it's just not conducive to try to throw things together the day before. I'm not really a procrastinator anyway. I'm somebody that usually gets stuff done way in advance. If possible, like if I was doing this class by myself, I would probably do like all the lessons. I'd like read the whole book and do like every single lesson like beforehand, so that when the week came, I would just have to review it and do it. I wouldn't be like writing a whole thing or preparing a whole thing like just a few days before. Anytime I've ever given presentations, which teaching is like giving a presentation pretty much, you're in front of a class for, you know, an hour, 2 hours, whatever, I always did it way in advance so that I had enough time to get adequate materials and just all of that stuff. So anyways, I'm like really kind of stressed right now because my daughter has an appointment. My one daughter has the orthodontist appointment. She's getting a palate expander put in her mouth, which is like a big deal. I know it's really uncomfortable. My other daughter has one already. And so that's going to be, you know, it's going to take her several days to adjust to eating and having that big metal thing in her mouth. And then my other daughter has an appointment in a city that's like 8 hours from where we live. So on Sunday, in a couple of days, we all have to go down there because my other daughter has this appointment, so that's a big ordeal. So then when I come back, like the very next day, I have to go to work and give, you know, lecture and stuff. And so, yeah, so I'm just thinking about teaching and just work in general. And like I say, I can't focus. I'm just kind of like my brain is just, and I guess I was thinking about work in general, not even just my job specifically. I mean, it's kind of hard, I guess, because if you're talking about teaching, like, you have to stand in front of a group of people, obviously. And since my mood is like, and not just my mood, but like my state of mind, I never know how I'm going to feel on that day that I have to go to class. Like last week, I was super stressed because I just woke up and all my kids were like to each other, and I had to get them ready, get my girls to school, drop my son, you know, to get watched while I went to work. And I was like so stressed by the time I got there, and I was just exhausted. I was mentally exhausted from everything I had done that morning, so I felt crappy. I felt crappy while I was presenting and stuff and dealing with people, and I just couldn't really concentrate because of that. So now, like, if I was to have to go to class right now, like, have to go and present, like, I don't know how. I would somehow manage to, like, rein it in, but, I mean, I'm just, like, kind of all over the place, and I don't think it would come across so good. So, sorry, my legs are, like, they're sticking to the other side of my skin, and it's really, like, bothering me. I don't want to sit here. I'll sit like this. No. Trying not to be weird. But yeah, so that's the way it is with like the teaching situation. But then I was thinking about other jobs and how hard it would be for me to try to concentrate all day long, or to work in a job that was like an 8 to 5 job or something like that every day. I don't think I could do it. I honest to God don't think I could do it. I could do it when I was younger, but like my concentration and stuff like that was not what it is now. Like I didn't have a problem really concentrating and just with all of this kinds of stuff. So now that I have an issue, I mean, I honest to God, I sit and think like, it's good that I do have this teaching job, because I mean, there's a lot of leniency in ways, like, even if I come across like weirdly or something, like I'm not gonna get fired, so I don't think anyway. Because then they'd have to get somebody else to do it. But yeah, that's what is on my mind, is jobs and people, you know, and I think about a lot of jobs and just people and working and having to work at certain jobs, and I think I would rather like shoot myself than do it. Like, my daughters and I have been watching that show How It's Made, and a lot of it's people in factories and stuff. There's this one, it was about socks, I think. How do they make socks? And this lady was just standing there, and all she did all day long was like put socks on a metal piece, like a sock, and then it'd go around, and then she'd take them off after they got sewed, and it's like put them on, take them off, put them on, take them off, and I was like, this is what I would do if I had to do that job. Like, I mean, it was depressing. It was depressing. It's depressing just to think about it or see it, and my daughters were like, yeah, God, how could anyone do that all day long? And I mean, I think it's messed up that they even have jobs that they make, like, that they make people do that. I realize that it's a job that needs to be done, but I mean, shoot, that's got to be like the most awful, like, mind-numbing thing ever. But now I'm like getting off track. I'm just thinking about how horrible it is to have to work at certain jobs, or maybe even any job, when your mind is like not right. That's part of my stress, I guess. It's like, okay, I have to go and do this. I have to go and do it, no matter whether I'm in a good state or a bad state, whether I'm like not feeling well or whether I'm like great, you know. I gotta do it anyway. And it's just much harder than it used to be.